Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where last episode we made significant progress on getting our fleets built up. And where are we at with the White Crush here? Okay, so we are currently building the Titan, and that is everything done at this point then. So that is all allocated. That is fantastic. Really, really good to see. We're of course continuing to work on our constructions of our orbital habitats. That will continue to take quite a long time, but we'll get that finished up eventually. Checking through here to see if there's anything that needs to be done before we get started. It looks like the answer to that is a definite no. So at this point, what we are primarily lacking is dark matter. That is our primary issue at this moment. And you can see here the price of dark matter pretty high. Last episode, we determined that our buy point was going to be about 75 energy credits per dark matter. So, I mean, that's quite expensive, but it's doable. That is a doable amount. So that'll be fine. By the time it drops to 75, I am expecting that we will definitely have enough energy credits to get this done. No doubt about that. So we'll let this continue to drop for a little bit here, and that'll be fine. We finished constructing an orbital. Yeah, that's absolutely understood. So we can see here that there are going to be additional defensive platforms that we need to upgrade, and we'll go ahead and queue up 4 of those, but there's going to be... Actually, is that all of them? The icon disappeared. That's actually all of them. Fascinating. I didn't expect that. If we go into here, we can see we've still got 18 dark matter. So, I mean, we know that these... Well, this one's actually going to be pretty cheap. There's only 12 defense platforms here currently. So we really don't need that much more dark matter to get the upgrades completed. Of course, we're going to need a lot of dark matter to get all of our defensive platforms built, but that's not the biggest of priorities at this exact moment. So the price here is down to 77.3.
Construction complete.
Absolutely phenomenal, in fact. And I want to check, was that an orbital dock? No, it was not. Okay, that's fine. We did, however, finish up here in Unok. So if we check in here, we can see that this is currently complete. Nothing needing to be done there. Alasia, we can definitely work on, and this is going to be a very, very powerful location indeed. This is going to be a mining location, and this is going to cut into some of our resource production until we get that complete. That's absolutely understood. That's not a problem. So let's check in on the price of dark matter. It's probably just about low enough. Yep. Okay. So that seems fine. What is the base price of dark matter? Like, at what point does it stop dropping? That's an interesting question. I want to check here. So Stellaris dark matter base price. What is that? 20 energy credits? That was posted 6 months ago, so that may be old, but 20 energy credits, huh? Okay, well, the price has definitely dropped a lot. I'm going to buy in 500 here. So that'll be fine. We can just buy not buy energy credits. We can just buy dark matter when we need it, and this is fine. So we can just get all of that done. That's perfect. And we can see this is going to be all of our platforms upgrading here. So that is all of our existing defensive platforms currently being upgraded. Fantastic. Now we could build defensive platforms around all of our orbital stations, or all of our orbital rings. I don't think that's a good idea. I'm not going to bother with that. I don't think it's necessary. So that's fine. We've got all of our fleets ready to go at this point. We could make an argument that we could get one more fleet. It is an interesting argument, to be sure. What's the status of our mega shipyard? Okay. That's going to be a while for sure. I'm going to queue up one more Titan here. We'll just get that underway. So that's fine. No problem at all. So we've got a good amount of minor artifacts. We've got that dark matter. And the question is, are we going to be interested in upgrading our Fire Coral class defense platforms to any sort of ancient tech, archaeotech? I don't think we are interested in that, to be honest. Range here is 0 to 30. Range here is 0 to 30. So the range on these stations is fairly low. There's no doubt about that. We might want to consider going for a longer range weapon. Like, probably not Cloud Lightning, but like Kinetic Artillery. Now, this is not going to be very good at dealing with armor if we went for Kinetic Artillery here, overall. So we might want to consider actually going for Matter Disintegrators over here. Kinetic Artillery here. And then this would be Reactive Armor. And then this would, of course, be Dark Matter Deflectors. Like that. So that's going to be a lot less damage output with the Matter Disintegrators, but it's got that multiplicative damage. And if we compare that to the Stormfire autocannons, right, it's a lot less raw damage output, but it has that multiplier. It's got roughly the same range, and this would be good at dealing with armor and hull, whereas this is good at dealing with shields, and this is much longer range, so this can fight further out, is the idea. So let's save that, and what will these upgrades end up costing now? Because we'll have to go through and do these again. So if we start here, the question is, what will we need? We won't need the dark matter. So this is not too bad in terms of costs. Okay, that looks pretty good, actually. So we're going to be short on what? What are we short on? Volatile motes, rare crystals. We've got lots of both. And the alloys. We've got lots of alloys, too. Why is this only upgrading 12? Yeah, that tooltip is lying to us. We're short on alloys. That's fine. I'm absolutely okay with putting alloys into that. Now, we do have this orbital dock here. And this orbital dock requires an orbital ring tier 2 upgrade, so we'll get that done. That seems wonderful. Let's see. Any construction ships to be worked on? The answer is no. Suitor Prime here, though, that can get a planetary capital upgrade. I'm noting some nonsense going on over here, but this really doesn't seem too bad. Yeah, that looks quite under control. So I don't think that's a problem at all. Fantastic. Any other work on our worlds that needs to happen? Well, Eptrabon requires housing. This is a mining world. And there's not much that can be done here. We could definitely put in some housing here. This is a very, very small world. We could definitely do some housing here. So this would end up being a luxury housing here. Luxury residences. And then this last building slot for now could be an ancient refinery. So something along the lines of that. So then we've got Talon Prime here, which is a generator world, but also kind of an agriculture world. 5 unemployed specialists. They just need to be demoted, to be honest. We could also use that additional building slot. So I'm thinking about replacing this with a city district. And then we can put in an ancient refinery here, and these guys will get demoted eventually. So that seems reasonably fine. Now, we do need a society research. What did we just research? We researched habitability increase. Okay, that is fine. So what else are we interested in here? I'd like to clean up a lot of this, so we could certainly go for, like, Paradise Domes, get that out of there. That seems fine. Beautiful. So next we can come down to the Rackeron station and continue to work on these upgrades. Yeah, this is taking a lot more alloys than the tooltip is saying. That's fine. We know that that's going to take some time. This has got to be really, really close, actually, to being done.
New frontiers established.
Yeah, that's done now. Perfect. So we know that that's going to be a lot. We can buy alloys if we need to. We don't need additional dark matter right now. We can just be banking dark matter for the moment. So we can keep an eye on the price of alloys, which is currently about 4.75. It's okay. It's not really changing. It is going up a little bit. So I'm going to buy right now, and that'll be fine. So then we can come into the Azeroth station here. There's only 8 platforms to be upgraded here. We also founded a colony here. We obviously need, as soon as possible, a gene clinic here. And then a habitation district. That'll be fine. And then we finished up dark matter cloaking field generators. These are all repeatable techs here, and they're all exactly the same cost. So it doesn't really matter what we end up going for here. I'm going to take shield hit points. Okay, so that looks fine. Now we've got this location that we could definitely put some alloys into. We are negative on exotic gases, but I think we're going to have that fixed fairly soon.
Construction complete.
So I want to check in over here. Yeah, these are all maxed out now. That looks perfect. Gothra Prime is requiring worker, or rather a job, but that is being worked on. That's not a problem. What else do we have going on up through here? Actually, nothing. So that seems fine. In that case, let's come on down to our Voldop station, and we can work on the upgrades here. So we can see we're only making 859 alloys per month right now. That's not ideal, for sure. We'll want to bring those numbers up. But for the time being, we'll get these Fire Coral class defense platforms going. Price on alloys... So we will definitely not be doing too much there. So this magnetic storm, is this magnetic storm the primary issue right now? There's a magnetic storm here and an electric storm up here. So that is absolutely noted. Voldop Station is actually finished. Fascinating. I didn't expect that. We're making our way through this much more quickly than I thought. So next up would be Torfree Star Station. And actually, I'm thinking about canceling all of these because they're going to need to be upgraded again. So we can get that done for now. And then we can start putting these alloys here, would be the idea. So that's fine for the moment. And we are at 1 million unity right now, which is kind of a lot of unity. No doubt about that. How are we doing on Astral Threads? Do we want to spend any of those? Not yet. Not for another 200 days. Okay. Yeah, I think I accidentally clicked on something there. Probably this? Oh, that was Hold the Line. But yeah, that was already a completed, that was a completed archaeological site. So that is fine. So Torfree Star Station, I would love to continue to upgrade.
Ships upgraded.
And this will eventually be finished, but we're not quite there yet. So 856 alloys, right? That is definitely not where we want to be in terms of alloy count. We do have this Euchromia 3 station here, and this is definitely a Forge World. So in that case, we can put in an orbital logistics system here that'll boost up our amount of consumer goods a little bit. It won't be much. We could also theoretically put in a habitation module here. For now, I'm going to put in an anchorage. But now that we have habitation modules unlocked, it's definitely an interesting option to potentially go back and start replacing some of these anchorages. We'll see what that ends up feeling like. It will cost influence to do that, and we're spending most of our influence on all of this construction for now. So for now, I'm not too concerned about getting those extra districts, but that will be a useful thing later, most likely. So that all sounds good. Cosmic alterations are occurring. Yes, that is to be expected. Okay, so let's check in on our upgrade process over here. This is now completed. So Torfree Star Station, done. So we know that there's only a few thousand alloys that we need to get all of these completed. Perfect. Current price on alloys is up there, to be sure. I think as long as it's below like 5 or so, that should be fine. I think that's going to be our buy signal. Anytime it drops below about 5. So for the moment, we can just leave that be and continue to put our alloys into here. So 5 defense platforms is about 400. Okay, so let's see here. Each of these upgrades, 395.5 divided by 5 is 79.1 alloys. That by 60 would put us at about 5,000, so 4,746 alloys is what we would need per each of these. So that means that we would need in total roughly 25,000 alloys to get this all completed. That's not too bad. That is not too bad at all. We just finished an orbital. Let's see if any of our construction ships are idle. They are not. Okay. That seems absolutely fine. I would like to continue to work on developing our worlds, of course, but we still have lots of locations like this one, for example, where this is a forge world, where we have open jobs. Now, these are not metallurgist jobs, but look at how many more jobs we could build here. So we could get a lot more production going there. So that is definitely noted. And we've got a lot of situations like, for example, this one, where we've got 28 jobs. Of those, 18 are metallurgist jobs. And we can still upgrade our alloy foundry. So there is lots and lots of space here for that. What there isn't a lot of here is potentially housing. That could be a problem going forward. We will have a planetary capital upgrade that we can do, and then we may have to put in luxury residences here. So that could be a potential issue. We'll see what that ends up looking like. For now, that seems fine, but that is definitely a concern for later. Let's head on down to the Hyasuder Prime Station. Orbital upgrade tier 2. Definitely do that. That's incredible. We're very, very happy to see these star bases progressing. Okay. So next up, of course, is the Penix Station. And I could definitely use some alloys here. Checking in on this. Okay, that's only about 400k. Noted. So the price on alloys is still pretty high. In fact, it's gone up since... So that's understood. I'm going to sell off a little bit of zero here. And we could buy 2,500 alloys. I'm not going to at this moment. I'm just going to go into the Penix Station, and this should be capable of fully upgrading at this point. So that looks good. In we go, and yep, that seems phenomenal. We're back up to about 1,200, and the magnetic storm here has shrank quite a lot. That's good. We're very, very happy about that. So that seems absolutely phenomenal. Now, we can build more star bases if we want more anchorages to get that naval cap up. I don't know that that's strictly speaking necessary right now, but it's definitely something that we can think about doing. Ah, the magnetic storm moved all the way down here. That's a significant movement. Okay. Sure. So we're in breach of denouncing the Uzuku regulators because we failed to join the Never-Reeton arbitrators. I mean, this is no longer going to be a thing. We're not concerned about that. So this storm moving down here is really good. That means that this area is able to recover somewhat. So if we come up to, say, Euchromia 3 here, we can see the devastation here wasn't too bad. It's fully recovered at this point. So that is fine. No problem there. Checking on the price of alloys, it is way higher. We're not purchasing at this price. That is not going to happen. So let's head over to the Kazapia Starbase then. And we know we're gaining 1163, so we need like 2 month ticks or so in order to be able to fully upgrade this. That's really proceeding at a decent clip. I'm not upset about that. Seems pretty great, actually. Okay, so let's see what we've got in terms of potential job openings here. We definitely need to make sure that we keep people employed, so a periodic check through this is very important. And that is absolutely fine for the moment. We do have this orbital dock here that just finished its upgrade. This is primarily a mining world. It produces a lot of minerals. It produces a lot of energy credits. So that's fine. We can put in, for the moment, we can put in a low-gravity mega refiner. And we could also put in an orbital anchorage. Again, we could think eventually about switching some of these to habitation modules, and that might not be a bad idea. But for right now, that's not what we're doing. Okay, so Kazabia Station here should be fully upgradable. There we go. Beautiful. And now there are 3 of these remaining. So we know we need roughly 15,000 alloys to get that done. That's a little bit over a year away. No big deal. Let's check the price of alloys. Has anybody sold? A little bit. It's dropped down to 11. Not too significant, though. I'd like to see that continue to head downward. 6.28, that's much better. Ooh, 3.8. That is a potential buy. I want to see if they're going to continue to sell here. No, I'm buying. Okay, that looks good. Okay, price is still a little on the high end at this point. We could make an argument to buy here, but I'm not going to do that. I just wanted that one stack of 2,500.
Research complete.
Looks good for now. So Paradise Dome, and we could go for like the additional mega structures. Having those unlocked would be good. So that's fine for now. Let's check in on the price of alloys. Still a bit on the high end, but we can now upgrade the Markaz station. Perfect. And we can keep an eye on that alloy price. So this is going very quickly. Surprisingly quickly. I like it. It's absolutely phenomenal. So we need to get the Amlitzer station and the Widbaril station completed, right? And then we need to max these out. So this one is maxed out, as is this one. But you can see like this one, only 8 out of 78. So that's going to require quite a lot of both alloys and quite a lot of dark matter. That's going to be the two major concerns there. We've built up a bit of a stockpile of dark matter, but that's fine for now. Let's get our physics insight and astral boost. That'll be good things to get. No doubt about that. And let's check on that current price of alloys. 5, huh? Holding at 5.02. I think 5 is the base price of alloys. Let's see if it holds here. Still dropping. Okay. Maybe the base price is like 4.5 or 4. Sure. I don't care about that. 5.46, it went up. Okay. That's unfortunate. I'm going to buy right now, but I'm not particularly happy about it. We're going to go to the Amlitzer station, and this is going to be complete at this point, and then we just need to wait for 1 month tick, and the Widbaril station will get upgraded.
New frontiers established.
There we go. Actually, this didn't quite upgrade all of them. I think we're probably missing, like, 1. But we did just establish this habitat, so that's excellent. I want to put in a gene clinic here, and we'll put in a single habitation district to start with. Okay, so now, as soon as this month tick happens, we should be able to get this maxed out. We're probably lacking, like, a couple, right? We might actually be running into a dark matter issue here. No, but this is going to be a little bit more expensive because we canceled the previous upgrade. So that actually makes a lot of sense. So let's get these going. That's still not quite all of it. Okay, I'm going to buy 2,500 alloys. The price is mediocre, but I'm going to do it regardless. And now we're fully done there. Okay, so that looks phenomenal. And let's check in on the status of that Titan that we queued up. That is 84% done. Okay, so that definitely takes a long time to get done. No shockers there. At this point, let's check in on our construction ships. They are all busy. Okay, no idle there. And what do we got going on for our habitats? Well, Moscot Prime here needs a little bit of housing. We can definitely put in an industrial district here for now. What did they build? Science Nexus. Okay. So that is fine. Now, our own Science Nexus is, of course, fully upgraded, so that's fine, as is our Strategic Coordination Center. Our Sentry Spire, not so much, but we're working on our Mega Shipyard at this time. So that all looks good. Cool. So we've got a lot of construction yet to do, but we're making good progress on this.
New frontiers established.
It's remarkable how quickly we were able to get all of these upgrades
Construction
done.
complete.
I'm very pleased about that. So if we go into the Nunkey station, that's full. Rakaron is full as well. We can start putting in Fire Coral class defense platforms into the Azeroth station. This is going to be quite expensive, specifically in terms of alloys. I think it's going to be more expensive for alloys than dark matter. I'm thinking about in terms of monthly production, right? We're going to run into a limit with our dark matter, specifically. We do have Pennick Prime here. We need a gene clinic and a habitation district. Okay, checking in on the price of dark matter here, it's actually pretty good. I'm going to sell off some zero. I'm going to sell some minerals, some food, actually quite a lot of food, and some consumer goods. And I'm going to buy in 500 of these. That price was quite excellent, and we're going to let that continue to drop over time. So that looks good. And I would love to get some Fire Coral class defense platforms building here. This is going to be quite expensive to get these all built, right?
Ships upgraded.
Alloys are now going to be the major concern, but I'm not actually that concerned about alloys. We're going to have to get through our dark matter, but once we do, that's going to be a concern. And we need to keep in mind that we're going to have another fleet being built here soon. So let's actually save up some alloys. I'm actually going to cancel these that we queued up in Azeroth. Cancel all of this. I want this to go into our next fleet instead. Okay, so this is at 98%. Let's let... 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's done. Okay, so that is excellent. That is the Hurricane fleet. Okay, so we're going to recruit a new leader for this. This guy is probably fine. Okay, and we're going to need to add in the battleships, the cruisers, the destroyers, and the corvettes. The numbers should be 6, 10, 25, and 56. Okay. There we go. Something along the lines of that. And then we can hit this reinforce fleet button, and that's going to build 4 battleships. Okay. So that'll take a little bit to get built up, but once it does, we're going to be in a much better position militarily. And we also need to get the Serata 11 doing something. It's currently out in Ebenar. Okay, we built up over here. Noted. So we're going to need a minor orbital here. This is going to be a minor. This is going to be a major orbital. This is going to be a minor. We're going to need out over here to be a minor orbital. This would be a major orbital. The star would, of course, be a major, and then a minor orbital, or rather a major orbital over here. We're currently lacking the alloys, so we're going to have to let the month tick happen, which is also a year tick, so that'll autosave most likely. Yeah, there we go. Did manage to get that through, though, so that looks great. No orbital over Ebenar Prime because it has an orbital ring, but a minor orbital here. This is then going to be a major orbital, and then this would be a minor, and then a major, like that. Okay, looks good. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we are going to work on building up the Hurricane, which will honestly probably go pretty quickly. I don't think we'll have a significant issue with that. We have a lot of minor artifacts stored up. We have a lot of dark matter. All we really need is alloys at this point, and the price is quite low. I'm actually going to buy a few. Okay, that looks good. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy Magar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Hiro Marutsu, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.